I will walk you through, first of all, the data quality, and then I will show you what else is included. Okay, so I understand that you would like to, first of all, manage your duplicates, and this data quality it's gonna be an overview to control all the data that you have in HubSpot so far. So here you can see the duplicate issues in the last, I think this updates every X amount of time. I believe is the last 7 days, or maybe something similar. But it shows no new duplicates, even though there are some duplicates. But again, this is just because the last update was on the 23rd of October. So it updates, I believe, every month. So if between today, between tomorrow, which is going to be the 23rd of November, and the next days, it keeps finding more and more duplicates, those are going to be here. I will show you where you can find all the duplicates right now. But before I go into that, I want to show you as well. This identifies all the contacts and companies with formatting issues. In this report, you can see there are 37, there are 12 duplicates, there are 0 missing data right now, and in total there are 49 issues that you can take actions. And this hub is going to help you doing this in the easiest way possible. And I will walk you through that just in a few seconds, but I want to mention as well that you can also identify the properties that you have in HubSpot, which one of these ones have no data, which one of these ones are not being used. And being used is when you're not using them on workflows or forms or reports or personalization tokens, etc. So this is going to show you that information. If you connect any other platform to HubSpot, whenever there's an error on syncing data between this application and HubSpot, this is also going to show you what are those issues. And for workflows, so you keep track and keep your HubSpot account clean. It's going to show you what are workflows that are not being used at all right now, so you can delete those. And what are the workflows that have issues? So which ones need for you to review? So this is going to be like the first part. This is going to be data quality, but then you have for each one of the options that I mentioned used right now, you will see the different places where you can work on these issues. So first of all, the property insight. This is going to give you information about the properties are having issues or no data or they're not being used. And here you can access each one of these and take action on these properties. Then you have the data sync insight, and this is again for syncing data. So if you have any of the many applications that we can connect to, connected to HubSpot, and they have any errors, then you can see this information. As you can see here, we have 1,700 applications that we can connect to HubSpot right now. So you will see those applications whenever they have issues syncing data to HubSpot. You have the data monitoring, and this is gonna give you information about the duplicate records. You can adjust setting for duplicates as well. So this is gonna give you notifications every time that the duplicates get to a certain number, so then you can take actions. So you don't have to review this every day, but maybe once a month. Or on the other hand, if the duplicate gets to a specific number, then you might need to take action as well. So this is something that you can set up here. And who are the users that are going to receive the notifications as well? These are specific properties that you can set up as well to see if they have anomalies. So yeah, you can set that information in HubSpot, and this is going to help you with the formatting issues. So for example, here it's going to show you all the properties we recognize I have issues with the formatting of the first name, last name. Also, I believe it's also emails and something else that you can set up in the background. So first, it's going to check the capitalization for first and last name. if they're all in capital case, it's gonna just do it like the first letter capital, and then fix the other one, and then fixes spacing and punctuation as well. So this is just one part that you can set up as automation, but then in a few minutes I'm going to show you what else you can do. Also for emails and location, I don't have any errors there, but for locations I do. In this case, identifies if I'm wrong based on the IP address, what is the location for these people, once they submit forms and things like that. So yeah, this is all things that you can set up in the background, but you can also review them one by one. So as you can see, the automation is off. That's why it hasn't fixed all this, but you can set up to fix the formatting issues automatically. Then this, I believe, is one of the most important parts for you. Manage the duplicates. So this is going to identify the contacts that might be duplicate based on the names, email addresses, and different things. So from here, what you can do is do a review. You can choose these properties are shown here. So if you want to make the decision based on different properties, you can do it as well. But this is a review that is going to be a little bit more of a manual process where you say, okay, so this is a contact we're going to keep. This is, yeah, this is a primary record. So the ones that you're going to keep, and this is the information that you're going to keep. If there's anything information that you would prefer from the other contact, you can decide it, and then that moves into the next merge contact. So first of all, I have to mention you're not going to lose any information here. The contact or company that is merging into the other one is just adding that information, and the properties that are not known, and maybe this contact that is going to merge into this one have properties that this one doesn't have, they're just going to merge into the other one. So at the end of the day, here you're choosing which one you're going to keep, but all the other ones will emerge into there if they are not known. And to complete this process, you can click merge. That's going to merge the contacts. That's done. So that's one by one, but you can also do it in bulk, up to 50 at once. And you can review these contacts and choose what is going to be the criteria for you to proceed with this merging. So to fix these 7 duplicate contacts, and you can choose between these 5 criterias. What is the contact that was created first? Maybe is the one that you're going to choose as the first contact, or maybe the one with the most recent engagement is going to be the one because that's probably the one that you give a call or you send an email. So then you can identify which one it is and merge them all at once. And for companies, it works exactly the same. Okay. Perfect. So that would be the managed duplicates, and then you have the missing data. So you can set up properties that are important for you that you need to have this data. So this is going to show you how many of those properties are actually missing data. That's pretty straightforward, but this is only one part of the tools that are included in Operation Hub. Then you also have some in the workflows. So these are workflows in HubSpot. These are automation that you can set up. And just to let you know, workflows are really easy to set up. You choose a criteria. Every object that meets a criteria, in this case, I created a contact-based workflow. Every contact that meets this criteria, that has an email that is known, is going to go through this. So they're going to get enrolled in the workflow. Then you set up the actions, and those actions could be different things. So in my case, what I did here is I created a custom code action. And what this is going to do is going to do the format for the email. And sorry, this is going to deduplicate. Sorry, no, it's going to format the email indeed. And the way that this is going to do it is if they enter the wrong Gmail or the wrong Outlook, my code, what is doing here is fixing it and put it the right in the right way. So if someone enter coke@gmail.com, but it's supposed to be coke@gmail.com, that's going to fix it in the background straight away. So that's something that you can set up, but that's not everything. So with Operation Hub, you get access to these data ops, And the custom code is the one that I just showed you. You also have the format data. So we review the formatting data before that you can set up in the background, mostly for contacts, first name, last name, email addresses, and address, location. Now, this expands a little bit more, so you can add a number. So let's say someone submits phone numbers on your forms, but they don't add the country code or anything like that. You can do it here. You can add an amount of time. So there are many different scenarios here. These are kind of like templates that HubSpot set up for you guys, but you can also enter your own custom code on what it's going to what property as well. So you can set up all this in automation in the background. The last one is a webhook. So if you want to communicate to a different platform, you can send a webhook from a workflow, and this is going to send specific information to another platform so you can communicate to each other. But at the same time, you can trigger webhooks directly from as a target, as an enrollment criteria for a workflow. So if you want to send information from a different platform into HubSpot, you can send it via webhook, and that's going to enroll a contact, a deal, anything that you're working on a workflow in HubSpot. So that covers big part of what is included in Operation Hub, but there is more. So one thing is going to be the datasets, and datasets is going to be a way that you can add calculations in reports. So in this case, I created different reports using datasets, and what I'm doing here is I'm using formulas to calculate the customer lifetime value or customer acquisition, repeat customer rate. So all these reports that need calculation, with all the data that I have in HubSpot, that is possible with datasets. And datasets used to be a functionality only for Operation Hub Enterprise, but now you can create up to 5 datasets in HubSpot with Operation Hub Professional. And from each one of these datasets, the 5 datasets that you create, you can create different reports. So you create a data set, but from that data set, you can create multiple reports using the data sets that you created. In this case, with the formulas that you added in that data set, but also this works as a template. So let's say when you're creating a report in HubSpot, you normally see all the properties for the object that you added. But what you can do here, I'm going to skip the tour because I'm familiar with this. Let's say I want to create a deal-based report, and I also want to add companies. So I add in the join, and what is next is I can start from scratch. So here I can choose all the properties from deals and from reports that I'm going to be, from deals and companies that I'm going to be using in this data set. If I want to use, for example, the amount, I have the amount for all the deals that are there, but also I have these that is going to help me creating some formulas. So what I can do here is I can say if the amount is higher than X amount, given something or a label, I can also use the amounts to multiply them or divide them based on if the deal is still open and you need to get some information like for forecast, you don't see the full amount until the deal is closed, but you're kind of like forecasting the amount based on the probability of the deal to close, etc. So that's something that you can do with datasets, and then you can create these amazing dashboards for you and your team. And the last thing is with any other Hub professional in HubSpot, you can create up to 100 custom reports. As you can see here, I'm already created 89 custom reports. But with Operation Hub Professional, that is increased to a limit of 3,100. So that's really a nice thing to have, because even though 100 report or 100 custom reports is kind of like a number that maybe at the beginning sound like hard to get to, once you start using HubSpot more and more, it's actually really easy to get to that number. And then there's an add-on for custom reports that you can increase it. But if you have Operation Hub, not only you have access to the deduplication and all the data quality and the extension on automations in workflows and datasets, but you also have an increase to 3,100 custom reports. Okay, so that is from me.